All right, I had these seats about 8 months now, the Valencia seating. I'm gonna go over everything I think about them. Got this one pulled out right now. I want to show you, first off, a feature they should add is an option where you can change the brightness of this. I think that would be a cool feature at the bottom if it didn't shine out. Like, you can see the lighting, but it doesn't need to illuminate the screen. That's how bright it is. That's just one of those on. So we never turn those on. If I, think about just undoing those so we can just have these, because the cup holder's kind of nice. It's not distracting or nothing, but that is just way too bright. You open this up and it's insane how bright these are. But we never have those on. Okay, turn this back on. Comfort, not bad. I'm gonna give it about a 6 to a 7 out of 10 on comfort. They're not the most comfortable seats. They're not the most uncomfortable seats. They could certainly be more comfortable. I'm gonna show you what I look like in it. I'm 5'9", 170 pounds. I'm about as average dude you'll find. So I'm gonna show you how I look sitting in it. All right, so 5'9", 170 pounds. This is, I don't feel like I'm too tall for it at all. I feel fine. If I get all the way over here, I still got about 8 inches of space. I got about 33, 32 waist. And I got plenty of waist, plenty of space here. So this is your buttons. This goes up and down for your reclining. This one's your light, which we don't use. This is USB. That way we can plug in our phones, game controllers, because we have the Nintendo Switch over here. Just whatever you want to plug in for USB purposes. And then this is the head rest that adjusts your head. The headrest is not the best on these, and I'll show you. The headrest, let me see if I can operate this and show you like the side view. It kind of goes up more than it tilts your head, for view. So if I got this thing reclined back, I'm laying this thing back now. So I'm laying pretty well back, but this headrest, at some point, it doesn't really, at the beginning of it, about half of its movement does bring your eyesight to your screen. And then about the other half of it, it just raises straight up. It doesn't really do much. It doesn't really tilt like you would think it does. It kind of does, but it's mostly upward motion than it is so you see right there is where it actually tilts your head. So that's about all I ever use it, about right there. But I can comfortably sit here and I'm looking at my screen perfectly fine. The leather seating, the leather on it is really nice. Very nice. So it does clean well. You got the deep pockets. I mean, it's, I don't know, it goes 16 inches, 14 inches down there. This part comes separate from the seat, and this just slides onto 2 rails. Very easy to put together. It's pretty self-explanatory. The buttons, I haven't had any issues with any of it as far as 8 months now of having it. You just wire them up. There's a wire that you connect here, and then you connect it to this little box, and you can plug the box in. But these back rest comes separate from this. And then so you can carry this part down, and you can carry, which is nice if you got like some steps like I have where they curve down. So they go to a landing and then down again. So these come in sections, made it easier to get it downstairs. They do offer attachments here, so you can get like a phone holder, a glass, like another wine glass holder. You should be able to see down the site, but these just slide right in. Some of these have stuck where they went too deep, and then they're stuck. So I can put a pin in here, I can wiggle a little bit, it'll pop back up. Another thing I like to go over is when you sit down, when you sit here, you're wanting to adjust your hip or adjust yourself, and you push on this, trying to adjust yourself. See how it wants to move? This is the hinges it's on. I mean, it seems like it's pretty well made, but this is slick on top of leather. So I feel like if they would have made it like an indentation here that kind of pocketed in here, then it wouldn't have this kind of movement. I feel like they should have put a block in here and wrapped it or something, or where when it's in here, it kind of, keeps it from doing this crap. So it does do that. It's not really an issue. It's just something I noticed. I try to be cautious about when I'm trying to shift my weight in the seat. Is that do like we eat popcorn in here and stuff, so we have the some popcorn in the seat I need to clean up, and then we have some dental floss. We got we got little flossers in there and phone chargers, and there's a lot of room inside these things. So I keep my little phone charger when I'm sitting over here. So overall, I'm gonna give this seating probably about a 7.5. They are pretty much what is advertised. The headrest could do more of this. It just kind of does it halfway and then it just kind of goes up. It really hasn't been an issue sitting here fully reclined and seeing my screen. The leather is as nice as advertised. It's very good leather. Could be a little more padding. For me, it's not the most comfortable, but I've been in less comfortable seating. So I'm going to show you how far it reclines back from side view. All right, let's see if you can tell how far back we go. All right. It's pretty comfortable. It isn't flat, but it's pretty good. Like I said, this headrest will bring my head up to an extent. Enough if I'm watching a movie right here. I'm not having to hold my head up, but that's as much as it's going to tilt my head, which is enough. It is enough, but it's just weird when it gets to a certain point. It just pretty much just goes up. It doesn't, which I really don't need my head to go any farther up, so it's not really a complaint. I just thought it was a weird way they made it. So not bad, like I said, about 7.5 out of 10. Not a bad seat. These are pretty good seatings. Leather is nice.